When I invested in Framework Computers 5 years ago, I thought, man, I hope it helps this more sustainable and repairable laptop company get off the ground. But then I also thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I got to see all their new goodies before anyone else? And yet, here you are, just 4 days before your biggest announcement ever. 4 days?
You're still seeing it before everyone else.
I know, I'm just mad you made me wait so long. Guys, I'm talking 4 new products. A Framework 13 Pro model that uses LPCAMM2 memory for high speeds and easy upgrades, a refreshed, not to mention cheaper version of the Framework 16 gaming laptop, a brand new Expansion Bay module that allows you to connect any GPU to your laptop, and finally, a brand new product that raised my eyebrows right off my forehead. What do you have to say for yourself, mister?
We're trying to fulfill our mission.
What were you trying to hide from me, leaving this till the last minute? Am I not your favorite investor anymore?
You are in the top 5.
That's just how many you have, isn't it?
It's about 5.
Is it because the other ones have more money? That's what it's about, isn't it?
You want to take the checkbook out? We can bump you up the list.
You know what else we can bump up the list? Is this message from our sponsor, Meter. Meter builds enterprise-level networks from the ground up, and they design and manufacture their own hardware. So if you're looking for reliable, scalable networking across multi-site enterprise environments, check out the link in the video description. It's a keyboard. But before we talk about that, I want to take a closer look at this. It looks like a Framework 13. It smells like a Framework 13, and it even like a Framework 13, but it feels different. That's because the new Framework 13 Pro is now in a new Pro chassis that, like the MacBook Pro, is made of CNC'd aluminum. It also has a 21% bigger battery, 74 watt hours now, and new speaker modules. But wait, there's more. It also comes with a higher resolution 2.8K display, which is finally a touchscreen! Dun, 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 dun. Okay, about time. What the f took so long?
That is actually an ask that came from you. I remember 5 years ago you telling us we needed to have a touchscreen.
Yeah.
It actually is that it took us this long to get to a scale where we could afford to build a fully custom from scratch panel. So this is actually the first panel we built completely from a blank slate, which is actually $1 million+ investment to make.
Wow. I mean, it looks great. What's the peak brightness on this thing?
This goes up to 700 nit. We can actually crank it up right here.
No, it's already really bright.
It is.
Dude, this is incredible. I'm honestly impressed. I did not know that this was going to be a completely custom panel for you guys. Even the big boys. No offense, you're
bigger than me.
Even the bigger laptop manufacturers will often avoid the cost of a fully custom panel because unless you're operating at the scale of someone like an Apple, it's really hard to guarantee that you're going to move the kind of volume to justify that initial investment.
We are confident.
Be very bullish on this.
Absolutely, on the Pro.
And they should be, because the final big change to the Pro is the addition of an Intel Core Ultra Series 3 mainboard. Now you can still get the Ryzen AI 300 series if you're into that sort of thing, but the big difference with the Intel one is it comes with LPCAMM2 memory and upgrades to PCIe Gen 5 support for the SSD, which means outstanding battery life, exemplary GPU performance thanks to Panther Lake, and high performance RAM with no compromise on upgradable memory. Of course, the big question on people's minds is, can I take this Core Ultra 3 mainboard and put it in my 5-year-old Framework 13 non-Pro?
You actually can. So
What?
That's right.
I thought he was setting up this question, so you had to be like, womp womp, there's a downside.
No, we maintained complete backwards and forwards compatibility on the mainboard. So you can actually take an old mainboard and drop it into the Pro chassis, or take the new Intel Core Ultra Series 3 mainboard and put it into an original chassis.
Elijah bamboozled me. He got the briefing, and the next line says, okay, well, that's still way more than any other laptop manufacturer. That's fucking nuts.
It took a lot of great engineering work, but we pulled it off.
Wow. Genuinely impressed, man. This feels like another Framework 16 moment where I'm just like, yeah, no offense, but I thought it'd be impossible. I never really believed in you, you know?
Okay, thank you.
Well, no, it's not because I didn't think you were capable. I just thought your goals were too lofty.
We are
that's all.
ambitious. We're an ambitious company, if nothing else.
This is off script, but I want to talk about the display a little bit more. You guys opted for a matte touchscreen, which is an unusual choice.
This is unusual. So we actually have a pretty novel anti-glare polarizer here. So we're indoors here, but if you actually take this out into daylight, it is actually pretty good, even pretty high contrast in that world.
Prove it.
Are we gonna go for a walk?
We've got the daylight, boys. Watch your head, hey? I mean, watch your head, eh?
Now we're in Canada.
I'm going straight into what is pretty much the most challenging condition for a display. Oh, wow.
That's right. It is really, truly anti-glare. That is the beauty of having the matte surface there.
Holy crap, that's pretty good. We turn it all the way down and you can actually still see it a bit, which is pretty crazy. Okay, don't take this the wrong way, but you know what it kind of reminds me of is those
retroreflective.
Yeah,
you can actually turn the backlight off entirely. You can see it's like mildly retroreflective, even just as a normal LCD, but of course you can crank up the brightness and have it work normally.
Like I can't see my cursor for shit, but like, I mean, even at like moderate brightness, this is usable.
Yep.
Dude, I think my neck would burn before the screen would. Let's go back inside. Another really cool thing that Framework is doing that many other laptop companies are not is offering a build of the system with Ubuntu. They're actually working directly with Canonical to ensure that all the drivers and other updates that you need for seamless operation are pre-installed. This is remarkable because while lots of laptops support Linux, if you want something official, there aren't nearly as many options, making this an amazing gateway to a world without Microslop, which I have to say that between our recent Linux challenge and my more recent MacBook Neo challenge, I've actually been enjoying quite a lot. I've also been enjoying the Mac battery life experience. Please tell me it's competitive. Do we have one we can open?
We can open up this one. But yeah, so this is actually a new expansion card latch from the Framework Laptop 12. So from that like two-hand version to this really simple single-hand version.
I mean, I prefer the two-hand experience, if you know what I'm saying, but the Framework 13 Pro is no less of a man.
Is that okay for this channel? Do we say things like that?
We say whatever we damn well please. By the way, a nice hoodie.
Oh yeah, twinning.
I should change.
Oh.
Into our sick new, damn it, Moto T. How cool is this? And it's even kind of on theme today. Time for your open heart surgery, Mr. Johnson. Hold on. But what about the ribbon cable?
It is right there, and you can
unplug
it while the computer is still running. Definitely recommended.
Tell me how this bad boy performs.
We've got a higher capacity and higher efficiency. So actually there are use cases where we're getting more than double the battery life of the last generation Framework Laptop 13. So for example, Netflix 4K streaming, which oftentimes many of us do, we go from about 8 hours on the last Framework laptop to about 20 hours on this generation. The battery actually is physically bigger in 2 dimensions, so you'll need to bring along a new bottom cover and that new input cover to get the new battery.
Oh, let's talk about the new input cover. The final big change for the 13 Pro is the new input cover, which will have a new haptic touchpad and a better typing experience due to its CNC'd frame. With all of these changes, this thing could be a serious competitor to the MacBook Pro with its feel, style, and performance, depending on one big thing, which I will find out after showing off a cool new feature. There's a little spring pin that lifts this up to make it easier to lift off the keyboard now. So nice. It's one banana, Michael. What could it cost? $10?
It is a little step up from the Framework Laptop 13. We actually are keeping that original chassis available to be our new entry-level product. Obviously, adding a touchscreen, haptic touchpad, larger battery, full CNC chassis does add some cost. The memory and storage market is so volatile right now that I actually don't want to put a number in video. But one thing that we can commit to is that for anyone who is placing a pre-order for this product, whatever price they see and place an order for is the price that they're going to pay for it. We're not going to update prices on an order someone's already placed.
I hate that qualifies as a good guy take these days.
It's an okay guy take, yeah.
Moving on, our next new laptop is less of a new laptop and more of a mid-cycle refresh of the Framework 16, starting with the input modules. There's new single-piece haptic trackboards and keyboards now. If you remember from the original Framework 16, there were options to configure the inputs in a variety of ways depending on your preference. Well, this allows you to have a cleaner look. But the bigger change is under the hood. a new Ryzen 5 version that should make this a great option for someone who wants a bigger screen or a bigger trackpad or a dedicated GPU, but doesn't want to pay the top spec CPU tax. There's also a translucent bezel that perfectly matches our carbon black translucent screwdriver, LTTstore.com. And finally, some cool developer projects. What am I looking at here?
These are actually input modules for Framework Laptop 16 that were made by developers in the community. So this is a MIDI keyboard made by a guy named Pitstop Tech, and this is
Weird mother naming him that.
Yes, this is a cool ergo keyboard layout made by a developer named Axel. So super awesome projects that drop right into the 16.
And a trackpad.
This was actually our design, our release. So this was a 3D
You should leave it to
printable.
the developers in the community.
I know, they do a better job than we do. So we got a lot of asks, of course, for that one-piece touchpad row. So we ended up actually releasing a 3D printable design on GitHub last year, and then led that directly into this one-piece CNC aluminum design that we're actually going to be making for sale.
Right, but how many seasons will this one piece have?
So what?
Don't worry about it.
I'm too old or too young for that reference. I'm not sure which.
Since we're on the subject of the Framework 16, one of its biggest selling points is, of course, its upgradable GPU modules. But up until now, your upgrade options have been pretty limited. You've got a small handful of GPUs, or you've got, well, nothing. But now, there's more. There's the OCulink Expansion Bay. This will give you a single OCulink 8i connection out the back of your laptop, which you could run into anything that would take an OCulink 8i signal, like, say, for example, a full-sized freaking desktop GPU, which immediately raised tons of questions for me, like, why OCulink instead of Thunderbolt 5?
OCulink gives you native PCIe out over that cable, meaning you don't have protocol overhead. And we actually used 8i rather than the more common OCulink 4 interface, which means we can actually get up to 128 gigabits per second of bidirectional throughput.
And that's a very valid reason. Actually, Tech Power Up wrote an article a couple of months ago talking about how Thunderbolt 5 was anywhere from 16 to 36% worse for eGPU performance compared to OCulink. With that said, I do still worry about some of OCulink's missing quality of life features, like not being able to hot plug. Do you have a plan for that?
This is why we are positioning this as an OCulink dev kit, because we know that this is not a general consumer solution like something like Thunderbolt, where everything is hot plug.
And I mean, I guess that's what the other 6 modular I/O spots are for.
Exactly.
My other question is, what does this mean for folks who want to run more than one PCIe card off of this slot? Because 8 lanes is a lot.
8 lanes is a lot, but that gets you 100 gigabit network cards. It gets you full DGPUs. There's a lot of great use cases for 8 lanes.
Right, but what if I wanted like 2 cards in like one of those bay things?
So we actually have in this card support for only OCulink 8i over a single interface. There is actually a developer in the community who designed their own OCulink 8i board that supports bifurcation into multiple interfaces.
Oh, wow. That would be pretty cool. On the subject of expansion bays, some of you might have noticed.
They forget, yeah.
All right, well, they have a new 10 gig Ethernet card for those who thought that 2.5 gig wasn't enough.
We could play it as a joke that we brought so much stuff that we literally forgot one of the products we're announcing.
It's okay, it's better than forgetting something not on a plane.
All right, let's, which brings us finally to the star of the show. Okay, not the star of the show, but an odd choice. The Framework keyboard. Can you explain why you guys felt the need to make this, of all things?
It actually started with the Framework desktop. So we designed the desktop to be a really convenient living room PC, a server for home lab setups, even stuff like sim rigs. And we found as we were using this, both internally and starting to seeding out, that there was just no keyboard that fit that scenario that we actually liked.
I was gonna say, there are keyboards that fit that scenario, and then you finished the sentence, and I agree. I don't want to call out anybody specific, Elijah. He's handing me one that I've spent more time than I'd like with. What makes this one different?
This uses the same mechanical key structure and actually the same touchpad architecture from the Framework Laptop 12. So same great feel that we have across our laptop lineup. And it's got an ultra power efficient new radio from Nordic called the NRF54, so battery life is awesome too.
All right. The coolest part though, I think, is actually this, the little Dongle Garage that they built for it so that I could permanently have the dongle installed in my laptop. Not that I would normally use an outside keyboard with a laptop, but actually I would want to use this for like my Logitech mouse receiver.
You could, it does fit in.
It's a good fit? Okay, I'm gonna try it, because I actually have a new mouse that I've been meaning to try.
Okay, we haven't tested every dongle, so we're gonna find out if this specific one does fit.
Man, putting him on the spot.
All right, here we go. Yeah, of course I'm putting him on the spot.
All
That's
right,
what I do.
here it is, the pressure test.
He knew what this was.
Okay, that looks big. Yeah, actually, I don't know if that's gonna. Ooh, okay. I'm sure there are other Logitech products in the world that have different sized.
You know what? It's not that bad.
Better, yeah, it's better than it coming out the side.
I don't know if it comes out anymore, though.
Okay, this is the only, there's only 2 of these in the world, so.
Well, I guess one of them's mine now, because I'm not giving you my dongle for my new mouse.
Oh, good.
Do you want to make it a touch wider?
It's a perfect fit for our dongle.
All right, so what you're telling me is the tooling's already done.
The tooling is actually not done technically.
Can you make it a little bigger?
I'll bring that to our industrial designer. I'll blame you for the change.
Okay, to be clear, because like this one
That's a great fit.
is a great fit, but the more you can accommodate, the better, you know? Now this seems like something that would be more of like a community project, but how cool would it be if there was like, you could kind of like have a slider to adjust the depth or something like that?
Great. Thank you. Bring that back to the team.
On a desktop, it like doesn't matter, but on a desktop, it also just doesn't matter if my dongle's sticking out the front. So this is really about the laptop.
That's right.
So you know my suggestions are not that stupid.
Okay, we did do the touchscreen.
So what you're telling me is in 5 years, I can have a Dongle Garage that has an adjustable depth.
Exactly, that's right.
Remember, you're not the favorite investor.
Top five.
I know it's because they have more money. Coming back to the keyboard, the firmware is being fully open sourced for people who want to play around and have fun with it. It can store 4 different profiles, and it can use either the dedicated dongle adapter or just plug the USB dongle directly into your system, or you can plug it in via USB-C. Now, question for you, Narav. Framework is probably best known for its repairability. How is a keyboard more repairable or upgradable?
The battery is actually replaceable just like it is on all of our products. Beyond that, there is actually not that much you can repair on something like this, but we did make it as open as we could. So of course the firmware is open source. We're releasing open source Surface CAD so you can 3D print your own accessories. And we're actually releasing the guts of the system, this control board, to be its own dev board for people to make their own keyboards around.
Oh, that's cool. If I spill a Coke in like the touchpad, but my keyboard is fine, can I buy a new trackpad from you?
You, at the moment, cannot. If we start to see that happen a lot in the community, that's something that we would look at.
Acceptable.
Everyone starts spilling your drinks.
Well, I wouldn't actually tell people to do that on purpose, but let's move around to the front and I'll ask them the real hard-hitting questions. As exciting as a keyboard is, the 2 categories that probably come up the most from people are printer and TV.
TV, yes, those are the top 2.
And what can you tell the community about those categories?
We ran out of space on this table, so that's all the products we could build for this year.
That is, wow. When he gets tired of running Framework, I'm pretty sure he's going into politics. Would you guys have any interest in exploring those categories? Because they seem like ones where Framework's core values of repairability and upgradability would be a huge enhancement. I mean, TV manufacturers bring us a new TV every year that has more ads and less repairability than the one before, with no way to meaningfully reuse any components of it. That seems right up Framework's alley. And then printers. I mean, f***ing printers, right?
You're right. So even the keyboard actually starts from consumer frustration. Like, we were frustrated. We looked out in the community. We know people are frustrated by the only keyboard that's available in this segment. And so when we think about what products we want to build next, it actually really does start from consumer frustration. But then we have to filter it through, can we build that product? Do we have the supplier connections? Do we have the R&D expertise? And actually, maybe most importantly, the money. Do we have the funding to be able to turn on that new category?
I knew that was why he came here today.
Okay, I'm sorry to have to ask you live
I knew it.
on this
I knew
video,
it.
but
Hat in
do
hand
you
again.
happen to have any spare change that you could share?
No, but I do have something pretty exciting on our side that you might like.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get it. I'll be right back.
I have no idea what he's getting.
I hope it's a giant pile of cash. He is gone.
He went all the way to the other building. So
Maybe he went to the bank. He went to the airport.
Oh, he's flying.
He's flying to sell the jet to fund the printer.
Call it inspired by Framework's design ethos, or maybe call it we were already aligned in the first place. We're finally ready to start talking about a product that's very exciting and coming soon at LTT Store, and it's going to be
This looks cool.
our new battery bank. My original goal was to have it so that you could completely resell it, C-E-L-L,
Yeah.
once the batteries reached their end of life. There was no battery manufacturer on earth who was willing to accept the liability of a design like that. But we've reached what we think is going to be a good middle ground, and that is what we're calling battery mags. So these are going to allow you, once you reach the end of life for your cells, to keep the control board, keep the chassis, and just schwamp, throw in a new battery pack. But wait, there's more. The best part is, again, very Framework inspired, upgradable firmware
That's good.
and reconfigurability, so that in the event that, let's say, sodium ion were to make its way into the 18650 form factor in the future, which has benefits like being a little more ecologically friendly, more stable, and better at lower temperatures, you'd be able to swap in a new battery magazine or order it configured with that in the first place and take advantage of those better characteristics. Or if there are future chemistries, we'd love to be able to support them.
This is awesome.
The coolest part is this mechanical interface, which is still kind of under development, but the goal here is to be able to equip it with different hats. So what you could do is you could build like a USB-A breakout hat or an LED flashlight hat,
Expansion card hat?
expansion card hat, benchtop power supply hat. Whatever it is you want to build, you'd be able to clip it on and then use the two USB-Cs that are there by default and adapt them to whatever you need. Disassembly is with one screw.
Very cool.
Hopefully someday soon. And now that I've shown it to him, they can't do a battery bank before we do.
Great. Thank you for that.
And you know what else he can't do before I do it? Is the segue to our sponsor. If your business is growing in size and in scale, especially if you're opening new locations across the country, you're gonna need more than just a basic network setup. Juggling things like ISPs, vendors, and random software tools could eat up a ton of your team's time. But Meter builds enterprise-level networks from the ground up that work with wired and wireless networks, as well as cellular, all in one platform. That includes designing, deploying, and managing the network end to end. This is great if you're handling multiple warehouses or something like large corporate or school campuses. And one of the best parts is their transparent pricing so you can easily manage your budget. Go to meter.com/LTT to book a demo now. That's meter.com/LTT. If you guys enjoyed this video, why not check out the original investment video, which really outlines what I found so inspiring about Framework's mission and their design ethos, and what made me want to put some money in and have some skin in the game and be a part of their success. And it's, again, don't take this the wrong way, but it's worked out like way better than I could have possibly expected. Yeah.